Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Hogarth's Global Astrology. Know your planets, know yourself. And tonight we have the next installment of Thursday Fry Up. Yes. And I want to say thank you as well to all the feedback because you guys have been really loving this small format. So thank you so much. And for those who may be new to this particular show that I'm doing, what Thursday Fry Up is about, I take some of the questions that we didn't have time to answer in HoGaLe, so which, as you know, is every Saturday. And we get a lot of questions in, and some are left over, and we don't always have enough time to answer them in the show. So I answer some of those questions, but I also take in contemporary events as well. But also as well, I change it up a bit, so it's got different elements in there, and I can actually kind of focus more on some of those questions that are a little bit more avant-garde, a little bit more unusual, or just maybe not being talked about quite as much, because we all know what is the big conversation piece, which has just been going on ad nauseum forever and ever. Yeah, Duck Clarange, Duck Clarange. Ooh, na, 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 na. Anyway, but I addressed him in the show yesterday, as you know. So we know we got all that, Georgia and all of that kind of stuff. But I addressed that yesterday, and of course, we probably might talk a bit more about him again on HoGaLe. But tonight, we're actually not going to be talking about him. He's not going to be a main feature. There's other stuff that I want to discuss. Now, as you know, I print out your questions and stuff like that. I mean, look, all this cray that I've got going on, because obviously this is going sometimes a few weeks back where I pick out one or two here and I just think, ooh, not really done that one before. So it's going to be eclectic, but just to give you a little kind of what's coming down the pike sort of thing. So what have I got here? Let me just see here. We're going to be talking about the quantum. Yeah. So J Rock 41326 has got a question about. I have never had a question before like this in my life. So let's just see where it goes. As you know, I'll be pulling the tarot as well. What else will we be talking about? We're going to be looking at Mark Meadows. Yeah, Mark Meadows' question that came in a couple of weeks ago, but very pertinent now, isn't it? Very pertinent now. Then we're going to be talking about Bank of America. Yeah, Bank of America. So they've issued some kind of stuff, and they're talking about AI. So there's going to be a financial element. Then we're actually going to go a bit to the UK. Yeah, I was with a UK client today, and she loves the show, and she says, "Oh, I love watching you on HoGaLe." But she said, "Could you make sure you just do a few more Brit themes?" And I just thought, you know what, fair point. So the long and short of it is, in the UK, it's rubbish, yeah. But I'm going to go into the details. So there's one about the tabloid press and the political situation as well, because we're going through some pickles. And then, if I've got time, we're going to finish up with a Merrick Garland question, and it's quite piquant. Quite piquant, I must say. It is quite piquant. Oh, I've just remembered there's something important that I was supposed to do that I bloody forgot. Never mind. I wonder if I can do it now. No, probably not. I probably shouldn't try it. Could I try it? Let me see. On Memento, let me just get my phone. I just realized. Hoagie, you fool. Anyway, so everyone's piling into the chat. So please let me know your thoughts. I wonder if I'll be able to go in. It's just something quite important, Let me just see here if I can. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get. I think I have to do it afterwards, I'm probably going to have to do this afterwards. Oh, look, I've got my bloody. You know what? I'll do it. I'll do it after. I'll do it after. No point worrying now. Let's get on with the show. So before I begin, let's see who's in the house. Who's with me? So Teresa Campbell, so nice to see you. Ernie's mom, Angela Locke, nice to see you. Abby Webb, Liz O'Connor. Always have strength and joy. That's a great name, that, isn't it? Ooh. Oh, Edie's here. Hello, Edie. So Edie's giving a wave, and there's many more of you as well. Lucy Claire. Oh, yeah. So Trump getting frustrated and fearful enough to call for a couple of. Is Trump getting frustrated and fearfully enough to call for a coup. Oh, I think you mean coup by his base. What we'll do is we'll tackle that on Saturday, because you had some duck l'orange yesterday. And you know how he absolutely hogs up everything, this man. He hogs up absolutely everything. I'll do that thing that I was supposed to do afterwards, after the show. Silly me for forgetting, but whatever. Right. Let's dive in. Oh, first of all, let's read from this book here, this book that I picked up online. And it's called The Funniest Quotations to Brighten Every Day. My goodness, don't we need a lot of that? But mind you, there has been some more positive news, isn't it? But again, I'll stray off we'll save a bit more duck l'orange for Saturday. Now, let's see here. Let's see here. Oh, there's one here on appreciation. Do you know what? I'm going to, here. On appreciation, I think this is a good one. And I'll say who this person is. It says, if you are thankful for what you have, you will end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never have enough. And that came from Oprah Winfrey. Yeah. She probably knows a thing or two about that, wouldn't you? Let's see. Oh, I like this one. I like this one here. And this one is, my socks may not match, but my feet are always warm. Isn't that a great one? And that's from Maureen McCullough. Right, let's get on with the show. So this here, and I'll read a few more quotes at the end. And of course, I'm going to pull a bit of tarot. Now, look, this question is really something, really something. So this is coming from, and I've said earlier, JRock41326. And when was this question asked? This was, this was on the 12th of August. So quite a while ago. It's the 17th now. So this person's asked, can you look into the whole quantum selfless society / finance, etc., that's supposed to be in the works? Machines that can read your thoughts, full digitalization and overhaul of business / ownership, and a new financial system supported by an accepted, bridged, star bridge stellar network. Wow. I mean, that's a whopper. But now I'm reading the question now, around about question number 4. That's when we're going to be looking at Bank America and what they've said about AI. So this actually dovetails in. And the Starbridge Stellar Network, you know what? A certain Monsieur Musk, certain Monsieur Musk. What I learned the other day, and I didn't even know this, because you know he has his Starlink thing. It turns out that he's launching about a dozen space satellites, low-level satellites, about a dozen per week. And my friend of mine, Sarah, sent me this animation, this animation of all of. So he's got all that infrastructure in there. So let's look at that. Yeah, it was quite a long question, but it had breadth to it, and it's something unusual. And I've I've not been asked to read on that one before. So thank you for that question. Also, as well, please don't forget to like and subscribe if you would like to support the channel, and if you find this format entertaining and interesting. I really appreciate the support, and it really helps the channel to grow and support my work and all of that stuff. So much appreciated. And don't forget to click the bell notification so you will know when the thing's coming up. All right, quantum selflessness. Oof, what a question, eh? Let's pull 5 cards and see what Spirit has to say about this. Quantum selfless. Let me just see again, because businesses says new business, overhaul of business ownership, new financial system supported by an accepted bridge stellar network. Well, to get work, they will need a stellar network, and that is literally being built by Elon Musk. So that's not science fiction. That is now science fact. The infrastructure is being built. Obviously, he'll be the puppet master, which I'm sure he'll quite like, because it is all of his stuff. So unless there's another rival that can come, He's pretty much got space sewn up, folks. I mean, how they're going to fly to the moon and Mars without hitting one of these things, I don't know. There's so many. Anyway, back to the question. Will this happen? Will this happen? Well, as you know, I like to select. Let me just bring the courage down. Will this happen? It's sort of already in the cards, you know, folks. Jeez. Like quite literally, but let's see what Spirit has to say. All right. Now, obviously, we're going to be looking out for pentacles, yeah? Coins, not real gold, chocolate money. But, you know, if we see a bit of, you know, a few pentacles, that will talk about finance. Oh, look at that. Ha! First card. First card. Oh, oh, look at this. Isn't that interesting? So as you could see, guys, from the pull, as you know, I pull with my eyes closed and I don't have eyes in my hands. And I said, let's see if there's any pentacles that turn up. And it's the first card. But look, so here it is. It is the Six of Pentacles. Now, what is this card really symbolizing? What is it talking about? It's talking about the exchange of money, money changing hands, quite literally. Here you have the wealthy patron who has enough finance and wealth and affluence to be able to give to those less fortunate than himself, as you can see. But this can also, as well, this card in the shadow side can also deal with money laundering and stuff like that. But this question was like, essentially, let's just read it again. Let me just read it again. Can you look into the whole quantum selfless society / finance that's supposed to be in the works? Machines that can read your thoughts, full digitalization and overhaul of business ownership, and a new financial system supported by accepted Star Bridge Stellar Network. Wow. So this is kind of saying, well, yeah, there is this concept in the works, which will be a whole new system of what? Distributing money. But will it be benevolent? Or will people have less money? Because look, you can see, look, they're down here waiting for the crumbs. Is that, and here, and you see he's holding in his hands, he's holding the scales, and the scales, of course, also deal not only with justice, but with business. So there's something here, but look at the obstacle position. Seven of Cups, folks, Seven of Cups. Now we know this cup, so for me, this has Neptune energy, as you guys know. I've just finished up now the final edit of my book. And thank you, everyone who volunteered to be a beta reader from my membership. I've already sent some stuff out, and I think a few of you, more of you, and I'll either do it tomorrow morning or after this show. I'll send you out some more, but thank you. It's in the process, guys, in the process. Anyway, back to the cards. So this can deal with illusions, delusions, unrealistic expectations, but lots of choices. So when we look at it in the context of this, will it really, really happen, or is it just a pipe dream? Yeah, or maybe they try and enact it and it ends up becoming too difficult. Yeah, this is coming in the obstacle position. So look, you see there's, you know, snakes coming out, there's ghosts, there's all sorts of random stuff. So maybe it won't quite be as all-encompassing as those that would like to implement such things would like it to be. Yeah, particularly as well when we look at the next card. Here, what's this? We've got the Eight of Cups, the Eight of Cups here. And as you can see, the person's walking away. So look, so maybe those that try to implement the idea, sorry, I can't, everything's backwards when you do this stuff. When they try it, maybe their expectations, let's look at it this way. The expectations around money distribution may be unrealistic and they might have to walk away from it. This is further reinforced by the next card. Look, Five of Cups. But look, there's still two cups standing up. So they might have to abandon it. However, the outcome card is judgment. Judgment. But who is doing the judging? Is it the governments or is it the people? I have a feeling it might be the people, because one of the things that is coming down the pike, folks, and this ain't no joke, and I don't want to spook you, but programmable money, yeah, I repeat, programmable money is now possible. And particularly as well, what they're saying with these, what do they call them? Central digital bank currencies. There you are. which is based on the blockchain, like from the likes of Bitcoin and stuff like that. Well, when you've got those things, they can be programmable. So they can be programmed to expire. Yeah, so you can't save too much. Or anyway, look, I don't want to go too much down this deep rabbit hole, but it's looking like maybe the plans are a bit over ambitious and they're going to have to walk away because there's too many losses and there's judgment in the sense of people just like, yeah, no, I don't like it. So I hope that answered your question. It was an unusual one, wasn't it? It was an unusual one, but you know, that's what we can do on Thursday Fry Up. We can go for those, you know, those slightly more piquant and slightly more unusual questions. All right, another slurp of water. Let's have a scroll down and see who else is in the house. Oh, getting up to 300, pardon. My thoughts. Teresa says, my thoughts. I'm burned out. Oh, yeah. Well, you're a teacher, aren't you? Well, more than that, professor. Pardon, professor. God, you guys really. She has to deal with DeSantis. You know, she has to deal with him. Down. Oh, barely worth. Oh. Anyway. Oh, someone said here. Deborah Rose said, "Give Hogarth some love and hit the like." Mwah! Thank you, darling. So kind of you to say so. Anyway, there's lots of more here. So a lot of people saying hello. Cayuga Ducks is here. And Sharon Donnelly and Christy Tobin. Thank you. And many more of you all having a good old chin wag in the chat. Next question. All right. Now, here we are. I managed to dig out this other sheet of paper that I forgot was there. And this question, folks, has come in from Barbara Odom. It actually looks a bit like Barbara Doom, but it's not. It's Barbara Odom. 3774. And what Barbara is asking, what is Mark Meadows' future? Thanks for all that you do. Now, as we know, yeah, because time has lapsed a bit, he's been one of the, indicted as one of the co-conspirators, hasn't he? Yeah, by Fani Willis. So I think I saw a donation just come in there somewhere. What happened there? I'm scrolling. Oh, where did it go? I'm trying to thank you for that donation. I'm scrolling up and down, but it flipped. So thank you so much. You see that? Crucible of secrets. Let's just say that is the metaphor. Oh God, jumpy cards. Wow. Okay, cards are jumping a lot. What is Mark Meadows' future? Probably not great. Yeah. Mark Meadows' future. What's going on with Mark Meadows? Huh? God, about time that rascal was called up. Ooh. All right. Let's see. Mark Meadows. Over 300 of you here now. Thank you for the support, honestly, because you know there's so much action going on with us YouTubers, with all our content to keep you informed and entertained. All right, Mark Meadows. What's his future? Mark Meadows' future. Mark Meadows. I mean, look, from this, the symbolism, he's certainly going to have to squeal on a few secrets. That's what my instinct is. But let's see what the cards have to say. All right. Spy in the camp. Look at that. Oh, my God. Oh, abuses of power. False messaging. Justice. Oh, prospecting. Well, look at that. I've pretty much done the reading before I've picked up the bloody cards. So here we are. Look, he's going to squeal. Remember I said Crucible of Secrets, yeah? Or Crucible of Abominations, as Lady G would say, because we are dealing with these rather scurrilous characters. But the Queen of Cups is also about emotion, but the shadow is secrets. But look at this. Here we have the Page of Swords. The pages are always about what? Messages. This can also mean the spy in the camp. So if someone's holding secrets, it looks like to me, what's going on? Oh, there we are. Looks like Mark Meadows might be squealing. Yeah, he's going to have a chat. What is he going to be talking about? This is in the obstacle position. The abuses of power. Here it is, quite literally, isn't it? The insurrection. This is amazing. I love reading a bit of tarot. I must confess, I do love it. Here he is. So look, abuses of power. Around what? False messaging, the false knight. Yeah, what? The big lie. Walking out, tramping out the big lie on horseback, you know, oh, it was stolen, it was stolen, it was stolen. Even though every single case we know was defeated. What is it? All 66 of them, but there. But now look, oh dear Mark, ooh, justice is upon thee. So as you've noticed, Fannie Willis has just been showing up everywhere. But obviously this have to be Fannie Willis because she's the one who's indicted him. Yeah, over this what? False narrative. And then if we look here, the outcome card, he gets 3 of Wands. Now, look, does this mean Mark Meadows is going to go to jail? We'll have to see. He's very cunning. Very, very cunning, this one. Yeah. And I have a feeling, now, look, if you look here, 3 of Wands, but the ones in general about passion, but the 2 of Wands and the 3 of Wands are all about planning, strategizing, yeah, coming up with stuff. So obviously he's really going to be trying to cook some stuff up, and he's waiting for some ships to come in. So the sense I get is that because if we go back to the card that fell out, because he knows so much, I think he can plea bargain down to to either having a much reduced sentence or no sentence at all. Because we know he was sitting there in the crucible of it all, which means the Queen of Wands is, the Queen of Cups is saying he's got bombshell stuff, which we already know, but we've not heard it from his mouth. So by being like the spy in the camp, yeah, he can effectively, I think he can bargain down. I think that's what he's going to do. He's going to have to bargain down with Fannie Willis and whoever else is going on around these false messages. And I think he's going to be like, it wasn't me, Jack, or, Trump. He held something to my head. He abused his power over me. Yeah, I think that's where it's going there with Mark Meadows. Oh, let's ask Shakespeare. Let's see what Shakespeare thinks of Mark Meadows. I think I've read on him, but it's a long time ago now. Mark Meadows, circa Shakespeare the Bard. What can you tell us about Mark Meadows? Wow. Well, this is what Shakespeare has to say, and this is from Henry VI, Part 3. And it says here, the bard says, thou misshapen dick. That's what it says. Thou misshapen dick. I mean, that's quite something. And then on the next page, from Up to Midsummer's Night's Dream. Now, this could maybe be talking about what I was talking about, where he might spill the beans. Says, I do repent the tedious minutes I with her have spent. Isn't that interesting? I do repent the tedious minutes I with her have spent. That's from Midsummer Night's Dream. That's obviously talking about Clarange, yeah, the misspent time. Yeah, with the bard. Love you, the bard. You never fail, never fail. I hope you found that interesting. Let's have another ruffle. Have a little kind of truffle hunt through. There it is. Thank you, Giovanna. Thank you so much for your donation. What someone said here, hitting the like will have Hogarth's books. Thank you, Deborah Rose. Let's see, a lot of people here. Yeah, Teresa saying Meadows sure kept a low profile. Yeah, because he's actually got a bit of intelligence. I'm not saying he's a genius, but he's done well to avoid a lot of all the chop, hasn't he? Well, maybe not now. Did any of these seen Stone video? I was talking about plans for Jan 6th. Wow. Let's see here. What else is people saying? He probably felt the need for witness protection, Sharon Don. Yeah, yeah. Basically, he's got some tricks up his sleeve. With Mark Meadows, the stuff he knows is so bombshell, like with that Queen of Cups that fell out. He will be able to plea bargain down, but it means throwing everyone else under the bus. Remember that 3 of Wands where he's prospecting, waiting for the ships to come in? This is also him as well, like, oh, well, maybe I can sink that ship, and maybe I can sink that one, and maybe sink that one to save myself to stay there on the shore. That's part of my interpretation. But thank you for that question there, Barbara. All right, folks, are we ready to move on to the next? Let's look up question number 3 here. Oh, here we go. Now, look, now we're going to get financy, folks. We're going to get financy. Now, as you know, I have been saying ad nauseum, round about 4th, 5th of September, which isn't too far away now, 6 planets will be retrograde. 6. Venus will be standing still. Jupiter goes retrograde, and then she goes stationary. They say stationary direct, but really she's absolutely standing still. So who are those planets that are going to be going backwards? Well, that are backwards, seem to be going backwards from our vantage point here on Earth. So, of course, we have Pluto. Yeah, Pluto will be retrograde. Neptune is already retrograde. Uranus is going retrograde very soon. But these will be, at the time, they will be retrograde. Jupiter will be retrograde. Oh, bloody hell, I normally go... no, Mars is going direct. Mercury's going retrograde. Did I say Uranus? Oh, my God, I need to work through it in my mind. 1 minute, sorry. But in terms of the order of the planets. So it is Pluto, it is Neptune, it is Uranus. Then it is Saturn, then it's Jupiter, right? Okay, and then it's Mercury retrograde is happening. Venus is standing still. Mars is the only planet that is going. Oh, Mars is the only planet that is going direct. Yeah, along with the Sun and the Moon, which are always direct, and the nodes always go backwards. So that's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot of review, revise, reassess. Now, Jupiter, Saturn, Mercury, and Venus are all planets that deal with finance. Saturn, Mercury, and Venus finance in particular, but Jupiter really does deal with wealth and finance, liquidity, and the economy. So there could be some changes there. Now, look, Bank of America, what are they saying? So Bank of America is, when I was watching another YouTuber, and then I was trying to find the story and I couldn't find it. But according to them, and this is a big finance channel, it says Bank of America gives a warning that the top 1%, apparently the top 1%, are struggling with their money because, as you know, the interest rates are pretty high. Now, look, I'm not expecting you to cry for these billionaires or millionaires all at once. Yeah. But isn't it an interesting narrative? Yeah, because obviously the interest rates have gone up. Now, everyone knows that the Airbnb, there's something going on there. So let's just see. But the guy called Michael Burry, who was... it was that man who played him in The Big Short, that film, The Big Short. He has placed this bet where he's put 1.6 billion, yeah, 1.6 billion, a 1.6 billion short on the S&P and NASDAQ markets, yeah? So the question I want to ask is he correct? Yeah? What can you tell us, Spirit? Is this guy correct? This guy, for those that may not know, correctly anticipated that there was the big housing, but you know, the 2008 crash or something like that. But let's see. Let's see. I'm expecting some kind of correction, but we have to see. It will be from the September, the last quarter. That's where we'll probably see movement, if there is movement. So don't freak out. Let's just see what the cards have to say. All right. Is this Michael Burry guy? Is he right? Is he correct? And it's a little bit of a douchebaggy move, isn't it? Like, well, I'm going to put 1.6 billion on a short, you know, on the market failing. But, you know, if he gets it wrong, oh dear, that's a lot of money to lose, isn't it? If the market goes up. Let's see, but let's see if he's right. I hope you're finding these questions interesting, folks. Over 400 of you here as well. Thank you so much. I hope you find it interesting. You know, Thursday Fry Up, it's, oh, look at this, look. Literally, look, prospecting. Oh, oh, oh. All right. Yeah, this is slip. Here, this is it. Remember I said the 2 of Wands and the 3 of Wands is about what? Speculation, making plans. He's literally here looking out across the shore, looking at the world, yeah, trying to what? Read the future. This could also be almost like a crystal ball, yeah? So he's looking at the world and he's looking at the financial markets and he's placing his bets, yeah, quite literally he's making plans, yeah? But you'll notice one of them is in the air. It's not a done thing, yeah? One's on the ground, but one is in the air. So it's not completely solidified yet, but you can see he's taking a global stance on this. Yeah, so he's doing it. He's gonna try. Here, the obstacle card. Now, this is quite interesting because Wands, of course, are all about entrepreneurship, passion, etc. So already we see the entrepreneurship, but look, the Queen is here. Now, this can talk about the intuitive businesswoman, but this is also talks about a person that has the energy to bring people together and execute plans and ideas and all of this kind of stuff. But it does have a lot to do with entrepreneurship. Now, this has come in the obstacle position for him. So remember, he's betting on the market going down. But the obstacle seems to be, maybe there's a rally in the world of business and maybe it goes up. It could be contrary because it's come in the obstacle position. So it's not necessarily supporting the outcome that he wants. You know, hopefully, fingers crossed here, people using their intuition, or maybe a lot of people read the story and just like, you know what, I'm not going to fulfill his prophecy. So we have to see. But look, really, what is this about? Look what's at the center of the reading. It's about big money. Yeah, he runs, what is his firm called? It's what is it called? Scion. It's either Scion or Cylon. I think it's Scion. Forgive me if I got it wrong. Let me know in the comments. But obviously, look, it's a big financial firm. So as you can see, this deals with what? Big financial institutions, government, banking, etc. All of that kind of stuff. He's looking to make what? An absolute fortune. Yeah. By betting 1.6 billion on it going down. If it does go down, he'll be what? A multi-billionaire. So that's his aim. Yeah, it's about the money. But the thing is, he's told the whole world about it. Or the whole... Oh, and look here. Look what comes out next. The world. So this obviously is dependent on the world economy. It's dependent on the world economy. So will it change? We'll have to see. Yeah, because this is big money and this is the world. Tens do deal with the completion of cycles. The world card is endings and beginnings, beginnings and endings. But for who? Because if he gets this wrong, that could be a big ending for him. Yeah, if he gets it right, then obviously it's showing maybe the global economy. We'll have to see. But let's not panic too much. Outcome card, legalities. Yeah, but this is also showing an intelligent person as well. So this can be an intelligent male, usually, who's shrewd and sharp and astute. So we'll have to see. Maybe the world might be a bit more astute and sharp. Maybe they're not going to fall for it because, of course, if word gets out that you're basically planning to short the whole global economy, yeah, by 1.6 billion, where is it? Here, he's literally planning to short the whole economy. People might adjust their behavior and it might not quite happen. We'll have to see. But I do anticipate there will be some changes. I'll be very surprised if there's not interesting financial news. We might have 1 or 2 more banks kind of hit the skids, or there might be financial news that comes out in another part of the world or what have you, or jobs report or something, because it's 6 planets retrograde. You know what I mean? Or 6 planets retrograde, Venus standing still. Venus is a planet of finance. So is Saturn. So is Jupiter. So is Mercury. All right, next question. Let's have a little scroll down and see what. Yes, someone's saying, yeah, he is completely blabbed. Yeah, he has. Which kind of you know, oh, CC Rider. Do I say it's CC or is it Siki? Chichi? I think it's Italian. I think it's Italian. Anyway, Meadows turned over 2,000 plus text messages. See, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. The cards I got, I said, what, the Crucible of Secrets? Yeah, he's got all of that. Now, is this stuff he's turned over before or to the new Fani Willis thing? Let me know, because I remember him handing over text messages earlier on, either in the year or last year. So let me know if this is more on top. Yeah, because that would be something new, wouldn't it? That would be something new. See people saying hellos and thank yous and various different stuff. Let's have a nice scroll down. Yeah, Rhonda Rue saying you can't make this stuff up. I know, it's remarkable, isn't it? What a scenario where the world finds itself in. Let's see here. Oh, when he says, so he's blabbed and he is not stupid. Yeah, yeah, well, yeah. Well, in terms of Mark Meadows, well, look, he's, you know, he's got some things going on. Anyway, right. I'm just seeing question number 4. It's another finance one, Bank of America again, but this time it's saying it will be the next leader in AI. Yeah, as you know, I'm not the biggest fan of AI. I mean, if it's been put to good use, you know, like things like predicting cancer and curing cancers and extrapolating and solving complex problems for humanity and stuff. I'm all for that. Yeah. But for me, the whole AI thing, people losing jobs and everything being run on algorithm, and especially when it comes to banking, finance. Anyway, so let's see. What's the energy of this with Bank of America talking about AI and being the leader? What's the likely outcome of this for global finance? Because, of course, once one bank does it, everyone else will follow. So let's have a look. What does this mean for global currency? Let's pull the camera down. Ooh, 1 minute. It's my keyboard. Un momento. Oh, Jesus. There we are. Just pull that in a bit. There we are. That's better. That's better. All right. Banking AI. What does this mean for Bank of America? Banking in America in general, and banking for the world. Let's see what the cards have to say. Justice is back. False message. Abuses of power. Typical. All right. I think this is pretty clear. There's over 400 of you now. Thank you so much for joining me. Here we are. Legalities, justice, all of this kind of stuff. Bank of America, using AI and all that stuff, is looking at all the legalities, the legal loopholes, legal obstacles, all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, they're trying to work out how to make it legit. Yeah, because they say they want to be the leader, and you know, and they're probably going to be advocating, hey guys, this is going to be great for everyone. It's going to stop fraud and all of this kind of stuff, because, you know, the clever machines are going to work everything out for us. Yeah. So that's them doing it there. But look, in the obstacle position, look, we've got the false knight. Now, look, if this turns up in an ordinary person's chart, it can be quite nice. It means some kind of romantic message coming. Maybe their sweetheart's going to take them to dinner. But when we're dealing with slightly shiftier characters, politics, finance, banking, yeah, we may not be able to trust the message that is coming forward. This is in the obstacle position, so keep an eye out, folks. Yeah, don't get too drawn in, especially when we see the next card here, which is in the middle. It's an abuse of power. Yeah, because think about it, really what AI is about profits. Why do I say that? Now, I don't want to kind of bang on too much, but as I said, AI, sadly, unfortunately, will affect a lot of jobs, and a lot of kind of what they were called white collar jobs and middle class jobs and stuff like that. Why? Because automation, you just automate it out. You use AI, that person may not lose their job immediately, but I remember with a banking firm a law firm I used to work with in events, they used a similar thing to write up documents, and they just employed less people the following year. So this could lead to an abuse of power. Also as well, what happens if the AI gets out of control? Yeah, finished. Yeah, especially if there's a spy in the camp or something goes wrong or someone leaks out something. So let's see. I'm not sure about this, but nonetheless, the Bank of America is gonna charge forward with it. So, you know, like they say, it's progress. It's the new world. I'm not the biggest fan, but at the end of the day, I live in reality. I live in reality, and digital currencies are very real, and it's part of the progress of humanity. What I argue is it just has to be managed well and in our interest, not in just the, you know, the interests of a very small elite. Right now, my esoteric aeroplane, as I'm doing on time, yeah, I think I've got time, comes to the UK. Yeah, and this one's actually quite interesting for me because I'm not pulled on the UK for a little while. So here, this is coming in from Lola Love 21. And this was on the 3rd. Ooh. No, actually, because this is the American way. This was 13th of May, 2023, I think. Yeah, because you guys put the month first, right? Yeah. And I printed this off YouTube. Right. Okay. So anyway, so this was a one. So anyway, I'm babbling on. Lola Love 21. Will the court case filed by Elton John, Prince Harry's and the other against the tabloid press for hacking be successful, and will it lead to reforms? I can't remember. Maybe that story has borne fruit. Let me know in the comments, guys, if there's been an outcome on that, because I genuinely don't know. But in terms of, I can read on, will it affect the tabloid press going forward? Whatever the outcome was, it could still be pending. I don't know if did Harry win? Harry won some stuff. Elton John, did they win? Anyway, let's see. Maybe that one was a bit too far back. Never mind. Let's put the camera down. Will this affect the UK tabloids going forward? Let's have a look. Well. Okay. Got a little bit of sweat going on here, you know, like when the energies are moving through. This kind of symbolizes the press, and it also symbolizes the celebrities that they've exploited. Yeah. So in the past, particularly, we've got to remember, if we think of someone like Rupert Murdoch, for example, who had to close down, I think it was a couple of papers, I think it was the News of the World, precisely because of scandals like this, but they were making a ton of money from it, yeah? Exploiting the lives of the rich and famous, yeah? Of the rich and famous. This is a card of affluence and wealth, and they were literally raking it in, yeah? However, if we look here, 8 of Wands, things rapidly changed, yeah? People caught wind, and before they knew it, they were getting sticks from all kinds of sides. So all these celebrities, they band together and like, you douchebags, we're going to beat you, yeah? Psh, yeah? Psh, psh. So it can be like that. Now the press has to be a little bit more careful about who it tries to exploit. They're not so quick. Before, they used to raid people's bins. They were hacking people's voicemail. People's relationships broke down because they were like, how else could the press know if you hadn't actually told them? And they were like, I've not done anything. And they wouldn't be believed because the stories were so specific. And it turns out that the press were raiding the bins and hacking stuff, using professional investigators and stuff. Now they're a bit more cautious about that. Yeah. Now they're a little bit like, we need to be careful. Why? Because they've come up against some serious resistance, and some big celebrities has made them pay a lot of money and, you know, bring them into, you know, they brought themselves into disrepute. But here, this is the patriarchal energy. And when it's the right way up, this is about doing things in the right and proper way, being rigorous and thorough. But this is also as well about going to war battle. Yeah, you'll see here it represents Aries energies. You can see the ram's heads there. So what happened is that the press ended up having an almighty fight on their hand, and it looks like it went more to the celebrities. So going forward in the future here, they've tied themselves up in knots in a bit. They just have to be more careful. There will still be, you know, the odd explosive story and stuff like that. But now the media, well, at least in the UK, at least, has to be a lot more careful about what they say, because otherwise they end up in court with big fines. All right. Couple of questions to go, folks, before I close the show. And I can now go to, now this is coming from Roy Pounsford. So again, this would have been back in May. Please, can we have a rundown on the UK political situation? What sort of government we should expect in the next general election, i.e. majority or a minority Labour government with or without Lib Dems? Great question. Sorry it took me a while to answer that question there, Roy, but Thursday fry-up hadn't been invented yet. So. But now you can see why. You can see I could even look back at some really old questions. It's because it's very interesting. We don't always have time. All right, UK politics. Let me tell you, this current crop of politicians that we have are just an utter disgrace. Some of you will know I went to see Spitting Image the other day, Spitting Image the musical. And let me tell you, the way they did Suella Braverman was... I mean, it was wickedly funny, wickedly funny. They had her as the girl from The Exorcist. And they did this skit where it was from Michael Jackson's Thriller. And she's like, I am Suella. Psh, doo, doo, doo. And they were literally, dun, 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 dun. Oh my God. It was brilliant. It was very funny, but very naughty. Very naughty. But, you know, that's British humor. Okay. British UK elections. Will Labour win outright? Or will there have to be some kind of coalition? Let's have a little look-see. And I hope you folks are enjoying the show and the format. All right. Look. How many times has he come? Look at that. King of Swords again as well. Oh. Oh. Well. Maybe Labour have it. Gonna have to bloody work for it though. All right, here we go. Legalities, yeah. Rational thought, yeah. Rational thought. Incisive decision making. I think this is the UK electorate. I think the UK electorate basically want to chop the balls off the Tory party. Everyone's had enough now. Honestly, even the majority of people that may have voted Tory or whatever, I think a lot of people have had enough. And they say, I think it's close to 70% now think that Brexit was a mistake and that was all cooked up by, you know, the Tories. And we know that story ad nauseum, and we're dealing with the consequences of it. I think the cold light of day, the cold light of rational thought, as they say, numbers don't lie. A lot of people have worked stuff out and they're like, you know what? It was all BS. Yeah. I mean, I've been crowing that, you know, like Cassandra from up on my hill saying it's all fake. It's all rubbish. But anyway, people now realize, many of us realize that. Look, it's been a lot of hard work and graft for people. But if this is the Tories, oh my goodness, they've got a lot of work cut out for them. Yeah, a lot of work cut out for them. And I don't think it is going to be easy, precisely because the electorate, which is the way I'm interpreting this, has changed. It's changed. A lot of people don't believe in that 350 million down the side, you know, per week for the NHS. Look, the NHS is, you know, back in the same pickle as it was. But look, there's a victory. So if this is talking about Labour, which was part of the question was about, looks like, look at that. Is this Sir Keir Starmer, yeah, trotting on his horse, you know, or does he ride to victory? looking very positive, particularly when we look at the next card. Ace of Wands, a fresh new beginning, a fertile new beginning, initiating new things. This is also as well, whoever gets in, it's going to be about the economy, rejuvenating the economy, reviving things, coming with fresh and new ideas. This is also very virile as well. So if we look here, it looks like, yeah, maybe Labour could do it. Or maybe it's even the Lib Dems. We'll have to see. Either way, it looks like it's going to be a clear majority. But it's going to be, well, he says, it's going to be hard work, though. But this is hard work, studiousness, really getting down to the nitty gritty and clanging this stuff out. Of course, the UK economy is dire. Yeah. So whoever comes in, what, they're going to have their hands full, aren't they? They're going to have their hands full. So it's looking like, yes, if we look at it from the perspective of Labour, yeah, could well be that this will be, it could be a majority, or it could be, it could be a bit healthier than expected. If they do have to collaborate, they'll work hard, but they've got to sort out the economy. The electorate has changed in terms of their attitude, and it's all hard work and sweat for the Tories here. Yeah, and it also as well, look, they've not, this guy is not carrying the sticks effectively, and they've not really been looking after the economy. I mean, how can they? They butchered it. All right. Folks, last question. And this is the Merrick Garland one. So thank you for staying to the end, if you have. And let's see what this is about. But first of all, let's do a few more shout outs. Who else is here? So Teresa says, the big short guy, sure. Yeah. Let's see. And then someone's saying here, a poor 1%. Maybe we should start a GoFundMe. Yeah. I know they might have to sell some of their, some handbags, some shoes, some cars, one or two Chryslers and maybe the odd Bentley here and there. Oh, let's see here. Oh, look, I've got a little update here. So CC Rider, CNN obtained 2,319 text messages Mark Meadows handed over to the Jan 6th committee, which is what I thought, that was sent and received between Election Day 2020 and inauguration, including more than 150 on January 6th. So, yes, so let's see what new stuff comes out, because obviously he's got more. Yeah, he's got more. There's so much more that he knows. Let's see. Holly is saying corporate America is in a panic over what's to come. Well, it's looking like some kind of shift. I mean, don't stay up at night about this, guys. Still drink your cocoa and, stroke the cat and stuff like that. But with 6 planets retrograde and Venus standing still, there's going to be some kind of shift in the last quarter. Something's going to change. Something's going to change. And I'm thinking as well, Mars will be going through sidereal Virgo at the time. And Mars in Virgo is a bit dodgy. But Virgo deals with health and healing. I think there's something to do with Florida. Remember this, what is it? Malaria and leprosy apparently going on there. What's that all about? And there's some murmurings as well. Of course, they're always going to be talking about the COVID variants and stuff like that. So there'll be a story. Let's see. Mars actually changes into sidereal Virgo tomorrow. Yeah, today's the 18th. For you, obviously, you guys, you're back in time, so maybe a little bit longer. But let's see. Let's see. But at the same time, don't worry too much about it, because there's so many variables. Now, Merrick Garland. Here's the question, folks. Thankfully, this is now a little bit less controversial to talk about. Do you know how so many people roasted me when 18 months ago, I think I'll have to dig out the video, but 18 months ago or something like that, whenever, soon after he started the case, and I said he's going to be very cautious, he's going to be very hesitant, and he may have to get someone else in for the job. I'm pretty certain I said that. He might have to get someone else in younger for the job, and look what's happened. So I think I don't think I'm going to get quite the slap face that I did once upon a time, but I still love you anyway, and water under the bridge. Anyway, so this is coming from, CC Ryder, this is coming from you. So does Merrick Garland regret waiting so long to investigate Trump after the dangerous town hall? which of course would have been the C. That would have been what, the CNN one, wouldn't it? Good question anyway, still relevant, methinks. All right. Does Merrick Garland have regrets? And I might try and post that Merrick Garland video as well that I did once upon a time. Once upon a time in Bethlehem. Do 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 do. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, what? Oh, bloody hell. All right, folks, I'm just going to read the cards. This is quite piquant. Don't shoot the messenger. This is quite piquant. King of Pentacles, and we all know what the King of Pentacles, yeah, it's about money, etc., and all this stuff, but it can represent Donald Trump, yeah, Duck L'Orange. Well, he had more money at the time. I think the coffers are starting to run a bit thinner. I mean, he's still got multiple millions, but soon he might have to use his own money. Oh, shock horror. So look, this is talking about Duck L'Orange, yeah, here he is, secure, financially stable, etc., stuff like that. But look at this. In the obstacle position, the Chariot has turned up. Now, the Chariot is about what? Moving forward with great speed. Yeah, great speed, confidence, gusto. It's turned up in the obstacle position. So we had the opposite. Yeah. So it looks like Merrick Garland was cautious to charge Duck L'Orange. Yeah. Speeding forward, but in the obstacle position, giving the opposite meaning, slowing down. Yeah, it's slow walked. Yeah, we all know it. I got slaps at the time, but that's what's happened. It has subsequently proved thus. Looky here in the middle, it's about deals, yeah, balancing deals, partnerships, and stuff like that. So what does this mean in the context here? It's almost like Merrick was worried about the complexities of it all of the shenanigans. And I think this could also be the people loyal to Trump, because they said he had to clear out his whole department and stuff like that. So I'm not completely throwing this guy under the bus. I think he had some challenges, but this is also talking about allegiances, deals. Yeah, I can only say what I can see. Yeah, but look here, Five of Pentacles. Ultimately, in the end, it wasn't fruitful, was it? And he did actually get quite a lot of criticism in the end. And I think in a way, this is how he feels about the whole situation with Duck L'Orange and stuff like that. And kind of like, maybe now he's feeling a bit out in the cold. But then he did bring in, of course, Jack Smith to be, as part of special counsel. And he's doing his stuff inside. And we seem to be talking about him a lot less, don't we? So maybe in a way, he's just like, I didn't quite act, in a prompt way. He got Jack Smith on, but Jack Smith was only on the case since November last year. So if he'd acted sooner, of course, things would have been that much further on, and Duck L'Orange could have been in jail already. But anyway, the outcome card is the Hanged Man. So here it looks like I think he's just he's kind of just keeping it on the down low. Yeah. Because when the Hanged Man is about seeing things from a different perspective. Yeah, seeing things from a different perspective, having to reflect, not being able to move quickly. So if we read this backwards, what is he reflecting on? We can see here he is having a different perspective, because he knows there is more that he could have done potentially to impoverish the whole MAGA movement. Yeah, because obviously the more time it had, the more oxygen and it could get. And he knew there were all the deals and all of that kind of stuff going on, but maybe some of the people he was dealing with were very powerful, because the Chariots card, it also deals with powerful people with strong will and all of this kind of stuff. So I think he saw it and he was just like, oh yeah. And of course, maybe he was a little bit intimidated by Duck L'Orange. Maybe that could be that, or there's some kind of beef maybe between the two of them at some point. There's something here, wasn't it the case that he let up, like he was supposed to charge Ivanka with something. Do you remember? And they say he let her off or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know enough to go into the full details of that. I can only say what I can see. And again, please don't shoot the messenger. Some people get a little bit trigger happy and, you know, and a little bit nasty when they see things that they don't like. And it's not necessary. It's really not necessary. We're trying to provide a service. That's not you, of course, guys. You know that. But you know what I mean. I'm just saying what I see. It's complicated. I think with Garland, it is complicated. Right. The time has gone. Look, an hour's gone. That went in a flash, at least for me. I hope you guys were entertained. Let's pull out something from the let's see, it's good. Oh, this is quite interesting. All right, this one here is about this section. I've just gone to the section here. It's about divorce. And you know, I'm going to read this one. 1 second. I'm going to read two. So here it says, a 99-year-old man is filing for divorce from his 96-year-old wife, making them the world's oldest divorced couple. It's got to be weird when a divorce lawyer is fighting for your kids to get custody of you. Don't you think? I think that's quite funny. Jimmy Fallon. And this one, this is the one that made me burst out laughing. And it said, the person says here, the only time my wife and I had a simultaneous orgasm was when the judge signed the divorce papers. Woody Allen. Ouch. Anyway, I hope that gave you a giggle. Guys, I hope you found this show interesting and I hope you enjoyed the format. Let me know your comments. Let me know your thoughts, of course, in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that stuff. I will see you guys next on HoGaLe, of course, so in a couple of days. Oh, no, you're going to see me sooner. I'm doing a collaboration with Celtic Tarot, Sheila's Celtic Tarot, pardon. So you'll see me tomorrow. We'll be on, oh, sweet Lord. I think it's midnight my time. It might be 6 p.m. I think it's 6 p.m. Pacific Standard. I'll let you know. But Sheila's on tomorrow and we're going to be pulling cards, having fun. Thank you guys for the donations. Thank you for all of your comments as well. Very funny and entertaining comments. And I will see you all soon. So big love. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Gosh, busy week for me. All right. Catch you soon, everyone. Bye-bye.